Whew. All right, so we just got back from watching The Florida Project, a new Willem Dafoe movie that has been pretty much just tearing down every single goddamn film festival it goes to because everyone just can't stop talking about it. It's amazing, apparently. But, you know, half the time when those movies come out, you know, like, oh yeah, they're, you know, so avant-garde films, like, you know, there's really good, like, masterpiece, like an art film. Like,
or they're like really annoying Oscar bait that you watch one time and go, it was fantastic, and then never see again.
So we said, screw it. We have a showing here, locally, so decided, fuck it, let's go watch it. And just start this off. This can be a spoiler-free review, so do not worry about spoilers. We'll have a spoiler talk at the end, a quick one, but regardless, spoiler-free review. Let's go. This movie was pretty amazing, and honest to God, it was way better than anything I could have imagined. It captures the whimsical, childlike wonder and fun, other than like but in a real way. It's not like Stand By Me, where it's like an adventure.
Right.
It's just real life.
It's just like the punk-assness of being a little kid, like kind of just doing whatever you want, knowing that when you get in trouble, it's not going to be that big of a deal.
It's definitely a rebellious film. Oh my God. Whether you're focusing on the adults or the children.
Right.
There's rebellion all over this, but at the same time, it's just, it's real. Like, you can, either you've lived through moments like this, or you've met people and know, like, areas that are just like this, where people lived a certain way, or, just have to live life. And honestly, everyone can sympathize or empathize with any moment because it's just so real. Just moments of your everyday life are easily just either, encapsulated with this movie, or could be easily exaggerated to, like how you could see yourself easily in the situation.
What's funny about this movie is the title, The Florida Project. It doesn't mean the film is the project set in Florida. They literally live in Florida projects, and the irony of this film is these projects are directly next to Disney World. And you can see that in the setting. The cinematography even is highlighting that. Everything is colorful and bright. It's meant to attract tourists. Even the little kids, they're wearing, cheap clothing that they probably got at a swap meet.
Yeah.
It's bright, poppy.
Yeah, I mean, the setting is called what? The Magic Castle?
It's
purple, just fluorescent purple as hell. It's like a huge, like, just very bright indigo.
I've never been to Florida, Ray has. But if you've been to any populated area, you know that the surrounding sort of hotels, even the slummy areas, what they try to do is they try to attract tourists by, making basically, I guess what's the word I'm looking for? Like fake versions. Like there's a thing that said like the Disney thrift store. Obviously Disney doesn't own this place.
Exactly.
And and there's there's like the Wizard outlets or something like that. And
everything's trying to just be more magical than it really is.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what this movie is, but it just feels so earnest and just it's so well made in the sense that the story is just like day-to-day life, but in this setting. So messed up stuff will happen, some pretty, ratchet shit will happen, very dirty stuff will happen, but there's still, we're focusing on the kids. And the kids don't see this, a dirty world. They see an adventure land. They see a world that they can just run around and just, have fun. Yes, the adults have problems, and we easily, we're not hidden from the problems. We see them outright. We see them in front of us. But through the perspective of kids, it just gives a nice lighthearted tone, while at the same time very, very dark.
Yeah, and what he's getting at too is like we talked about this after we saw it, that the narrative is at the beginning is very sort of Terrence Malick-y, free flowing a little bit. It's like you just kind of follow these kids and they're being punks and they're wandering, and there seems to be no sort of plot going on. But as it gets towards the end, it funnels in, and you get to see that this is like
every single scene mattered because it all led up to this one point. Even though from the beginning there's like a section in like the movie where I was literally going, okay, this is weird. Like, why are we even watching that? Why should I care about this?
Right.
By the end, you're going, that all made sense.
We literally in the theater, I went, oh.
Exactly, and like I really enjoyed that.
And I gotta say for people out there too, if you're worried that this is extremely overly dramatic, or like I said at the beginning, Oscar baity, this movie's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah.
Like
you will have fun, you will feel bad, but it's just a feel-good movie.
Yeah, it really is. Even
in the setting that it's set in.
Yeah, even though it's kind of these kids who live in squalor, like there's definitely like the movie is not afraid to make you laugh.
Yeah. and they're good jokes, whether it be from the kids, you know, the group of Scooty, Mooney, and Jancy, or just Willem Dafoe. Just that's one huge thing. Also, the characters. The characters are amazing. Whether it be just the actual, you know, written dialogue of the character, you know, like the actual characters themselves, or the acting. Everything is just executed perfectly.
Now, we expected amazing acting from Willem Dafoe. He's Willem Dafoe. But the mother, Haley, played by Bria Vinaite, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. This is not only her first movie ever, you guys might not know this.
I know that.
The way that the director, Sean Baker, who we'll get to later, found her is he literally went on Instagram, and she's a Instagram, I guess, popular person. Not someone huge, but she's fairly popular.
Wow.
Yeah, he literally found her, and there's a whole story about how she was like, who's this random dude calling me? And he was like, hey, no, I made this movie. I want you to be in my next movie. Yeah, she shines. You would not know that this was her first time.
I kind of like compare it to like something, you know, don't mean to go fucking, you know, to the past, like Bicycle Thieves.
Yeah.
He hired someone real.
Yeah.
He didn't want an actor to portray this person.
No,
he
you're
wanted
right,
someone
though.
to be in this, like, who's lived through this, or, you know, not implying that she, you know, lived like this, but, you know, he wanted a real person. He didn't want an actor for this role. And what she gives us is a real fucking performance. Like, I honestly believed every second of her, you know, being either a really good mother or being a bitch. Like,
yeah.
I got 100%.
Yeah. So fucking kudos. And the little kids. I really thought the children also were fantastic actors and actresses. The main little girl, Mooney Prince, I believe her name is. No, sorry. Is it? Brooklyn Prince. I combined the name. I really liked her acting. And I was a little amazed at like the depth she could go into as a little kid.
Yeah.
All of them do fantastic, but you know, being the main character of the film, she really has to show a range, which you don't expect from a 6, 7, 8-year-old.
Exactly. She's the main character, and we follow the whole way through. And god damn it, do we feel every emotion that she gives us. And yeah, other than that, the movie is shot well. Acting is done well. Pacing is fantastic. Audio is, I don't think I really focused.
Nothing necessarily stood out, but it wasn't bad.
Like not saying like
there was no score to the movie.
Yeah, it's very silent.
Which I love. Even when there's music playing, you can tell it's coming out of someone's cell phone or their car, which kind of takes balls to not kind of wall-to-wall your movie to try to push the emotions. You just feel them naturally.
Exactly. All we get is like, diegetic sound. So it's like, some music playing off an iPhone or an iPad or something like that. It's just simple things. But other than that, it all works well. It gives you the exact tone you want to get. And the setting is pretty much, just displayed full front out there, and it pretty much becomes a character in itself. But yeah, other than that, it's getting great reviews, and I can understand completely why.
Yeah.
This is not going to be, a laugh out loud comedy kind of movie. You will be laughing, but this is, a very dramatic movie.
Yeah. I want to encourage people, kind of like last year with Moonlight. I know it doesn't necessarily look like something that you would go see. It's much deeper than it looks. It's not just a kid's movie, just like Moonlight wasn't just a, I don't know what people thought, a hip-hop movie or something, that's completely wrong. I think this movie is honestly for everybody. I think people will be challenged at the beginning.
Yeah.
But once you kind of let yourself go with it,
I definitely agree with that.
I would let my little kid watch this. It's really good, and it rides a good line.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd actually trust that I would definitely trust my kid. It's not too, like, raunchy. It's just like real life.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not going to shield them from the real world.
If you don't want your kid hearing cursing, if you go that far, I mean, it's not for you. But also, like...
It's the real world. You're literally just watching like a documentary kind of movie where it's just literally, you're seeing a real situation happen in front of you.
Cinema verite, they call it.
Oh, fuck that. Okay. But yeah, regardless, it's a great movie, and I cannot recommend it enough. It's definitely a must-watch. Definitely be in the mood for it, but at the same time, if you're not in the mood for it, you're not in the mood for life then. So stupid. Okay, regardless, that's the video. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and that is the end of the spoiler-free review. And again,
last time, spoilers are coming in 3, 2, 1.
Spoiler talk. See you guys later. Spoilers. Okay. So first off, just want to label out there, the setting kind of hit me hard in the beginning because I've been to Florida. I've, not lived in a hotel, but, due to competitions when I was a kid, I would always, travel. And I'd always be, like one of those kids who would be living at a hotel for like a week, and then coming back home. But I understood that feeling, running around, just hanging out with your friends, just being away from other places, you know, you can't go out there, but you can run around the hotel all you want, or you can, you know, just have fun with your friends. Because I was always with like a group of people, always with, you know, friends and family. But I completely, you know, that hit me hard. Like that was definitely my childhood, and it really felt awesome.
You know, I felt the same way. Like it's some of this movie like hit me pretty emotionally deep, but there was a lot of sort of parallels with my life, and even like even though I didn't do this for a long period of time, there's this cruddy little motel apartment thing called the Wagon Wheel. I know you've heard of it, which they tore down, thank God. Anyway, but I had to stay there a little while with some family, which I won't get into. And you know these kids, like they're running around, they're little assholes because their parents, which we'll get into in a second, are kind of terrible.
Then as much as we like to praise the acting, the reason why we love the acting is because the adult characters like Haley, not Willem Dafoe, but like, you know, the mother character, she's a terrible human being.
Yeah.
My God, she's a horrible human being.
You know this thing where you've been at like a Target and there's the lady who's letting her kid fucking knock shit down and scream and running around in circles.
And then someone comes to her and saying, "Can you control your child?" And,
then
like,
they
fuck,
go,
and they start yelling at you. Like it's your problem.
Don't tell me
like,
how to raise my kid, and you're just like, you're doing it wrong. That's why I'm telling you how to do it.
Yeah, it's like, you know, you need to understand, teach your kid discipline. At the same time, I do understand that she's a great mother in the sense that her child actually loves her, and like they're best friends.
Yeah, she's not hurting the kid.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah,
but at the same time, she's not your friend. She's your child.
Especially at that age, it's like
like it was weird. Like it really like started like it really just started digging into me, going, I don't know how I feel about this. I really love like this pairing, like the mother and daughter kind of dynamic. I love that they, you know, really love each other, but at the same time, you're such a horrible, shitty person. You're really rubbing off on your daughter. You're just being a very it's weird. I don't know how to explain it.
And, you know, since we're in the spoiler talk, too, like, at the beginning, even though I didn't really like the mother, like, a lot, you know, I was definitely on her side because, you know, for whatever reason, she's made some shitty life choices, got too many tattoos when she was young, you know, she doesn't try to work hard. I could see that she was trying. She was, before it gets into the whole prostitution thing, like, I could see that, you know, she couldn't get a regular job. She talked about how she'd apply to a whole bunch of places. You know, I've been there. And she's going out and she's hustling. She's selling perfume. It's not the best, but she's paying her rent. And that I respected.
But then, you know, stuff starting getting harder. And this is actually why I wanted to, we were talking about earlier about, you know, there was like a tonal shift. Midway through the movie, a lot of nothing just happens. But it's not in the sense like, oh, it's, you know, just life happening. No, it's like things are starting to step up, you know. You know, the mom and the daughter are even happier than before. Things are, you know, starting to flow better, which is perfectly, like, you know, integrating the actual, you know, pacing of the movie. Like, I started getting bored to the extent where I was going, okay, so nothing's happening.
Yeah.
Okay, we have another bathtub scene. Okay, so then, you know, they're all running around, they're all having fun. Another bathtub scene. I'm like, where are you going with this?
I actually, like...
But then...
No, go ahead. No. I actually, like... you know, I was having fun with the movie, and I was kind of similar to you in a way. Like, it kept cutting back to her in the bathtub, and I kept going, wow, that's pretty ballsy filmmaking that he thinks, like, we can just kind of come back to this. Like,
it's like, you know, you're just breaking the formula. Like,
okay, real slice of life kind of, like, it's just there because it's there. She's taking a bath. But then, like, you see that he's been hinting at this plot point the whole time. Why is Mooney taking so many baths?
Why is, you know, all of a sudden, you know, she has more money than usual?
Yeah.
How is that all this stuff happens, then all of a sudden you start realizing, from one simple thing, it's like, doot, phone call. Oh, what, you're outside? Mooney, go to the bathroom.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, I started suspecting, and then I was like, it crossed my mind quickly. I was like, she couldn't be whoring. This movie's too fun for that to even be engaged.
Nope. Hell, they even have a pedophile scene. That this movie goes dark.
Yeah.
And
although that pedophile scene's pretty funny, even though it's like...
Yeah, that's why I love Willem Dafoe's character, because, you know, he is like the caretaker of everyone. Not just, you know, the whole place, but like also the children. He sees this weird guy just walking up to like this group of children just hanging out, and, you know, he's like from a distance, you know, which also leads to a great scene of him dropping the paint bucket. Man, what the fuck? I just started laughing my ass off. But regardless, it's just like, you see him and it's like, no, this shouldn't happen. So he just waltzes over. Hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm looking for a soda machine. Oh, come over here.
He's so smart because he's like, he takes him away from the kids.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm not going to
start a scene. He's like, yep.
Just kind of over in the dark, kind of by the soda machine. Oh, you got your fucking soda?
Yeah, drink your soda. Drink your soda. I fucking love that. Dude, honest to God, again, I guess a little fan theory here, I honestly fucking believe that, you know, Willem Dafoe's character, Bobby, who, you know, everyone just loves that freaking, Bobby!
Yeah.
I love you, Bobby! But
love you
regardless,
too.
I get the feeling like he might be, like, like a stepfather to
or like a
Haley, or like a family
godfather,
friend.
Yeah, like
Because
close to the family.
Out of everything that happens in the movie, he takes care of shit at his hotel, but he kind of singles her out and always helps her out, even in the worst situations possible. And also, whenever Haley talks back to someone, she beats up her own friend.
Yeah.
She never at all ever like she doesn't back down from anyone except for him. She fucking fights the cops, or she
screams at him. Yeah.
She's rebelling against everyone. But the one time that he gives her an ultimatum, she backs down.
Yeah.
Granted, yes, she takes off her tampon, slaps on the fucking not the tampon, whatever, the pad.
Yeah.
That was brutal. Yeah, this movie gets dark.
Yeah.
And really gross. But yeah, I honestly get that feeling like there's something there. And what I love about this movie is that we never get a single clear answer.
Yeah, and you didn't need it either, but you're right too, because near the beginning of the movie, he kicks out a prostitute, and he's kind of like, yeah, your man knows what's up. They load their car up, they pack their shit, they get out. You get the feeling he's kicked out hookers before in his life.
Yeah, but for some reason he's keeping her around. And also, again, like with this whole why wouldn't they just say that he's daughter? We see his son. There's a son character, and it's clear as day because they're back and forth. It's like, they're talking about like this mysterious woman, and it's like, oh yeah, I said, happy birthday for her. Like, you don't have to say that. You don't have to say it at all.
Yeah.
And then you get mad, and all of a sudden, I don't have to be here. I don't have to just do it because I'm here helping you. I'm like, that's his son. Like, I'm 100% sure that's his son character, and like he's there just to help out his father, or like his estranged father. It's like you definitely get that dynamic, and it just really, really felt great. You never see that character again.
Yeah.
But it's like I feel like it's there, just like a nice little hint, nudge. Like there's something more also to the other relationships.
Yeah.
Like, see how he treats him. Now how he treats the rest of them.
Yeah.
Now how he treats Haley is also kind of similar. I don't know. That's just me.
No. I don't think it's impossible what you're saying either. And also, like, I love that little thing with Caleb Landry Jones, who everyone knows from Get Out. Like, you get the feeling like, Willem Dafoe's not perfect either. He's got his problems going on. If anything, if not a relative, he sees parallels in himself, and maybe, you get that idea, and him and the mom. I don't know. I really like that. I don't know. I lost my train of thought actually.
No, it was just good. Like I really just like the whole dynamic of the characters really felt like it could happen to you. Like also the falling out of the two main moms.
Yeah.
Like their whole relationship just kind of fizzled out. But then she made another friend through Jancy's mom. Like it was like weird. Like at first, I like how it started out. What the fuck is spitting on my car? And all of a sudden, immediately they're best friends. Yeah, it's weird. But that's kind of how it is. It's like,
I got something that'll calm you down, girl. You're right. I need to smoke and get laid. And I was kind of like, okay, that's how that happens.
Hey man,
that is how that happens.
And that's how that situation was. Like, and that's the kind of like people they are, which is perfect. And they found a fucking middle ground. And also, they like each other, which is perfect because the kids starting to like each other, and all of a sudden, perfect. We got a friendship going. And the whole thing about burning the house down. It's like I said, it feels real, but there's huge moments, huge things that really it's not like something like like a simple argument. It does go a little bit extraordinary in the sense like usually kids don't burn down fucking houses, and almost that fizzles out a whole relationship between a mother and but it feels so natural. That's what I love about it. It makes you care enough to not make it too phony. Like like you're watching Die Hard, like this shit would never happen in a million years. It's like a fucking house just got burned down.
Well, it felt like the extreme of what happens when you don't watch your kids. Like, they go wander, and eventually they're going to get into some trouble, and eventually they're going to get into some big trouble. Yeah,
and they do get into fucking serious trouble.
Right.
But it kind of gets brushed under the rug. But that's because of, how things are in that's society right there. The mom of Scooty definitely didn't want shit to happen because, if it fucking gets out that all of a sudden your son's a pyro,
then those people from the end are going to come and take her from
the DCP.
It's the
DCF. With a chopper, but I'm saying chopper protector.
Yeah, exactly.
Because by the end they take away Mooney from her mother, which again I like how it was like the last 10 minutes was just building up to that. Like she knew, like just there's like a scene of just her close up of Mooney, and all of a sudden it's like, they're better than the cruise. I'll eat a strawberry and a raspberry together. That was disgusting. It's like we're just getting the ramblings of a child, but at the same time it's like, no, you're seeing through the point of view of a mother, like the last moment she'll ever spend with her child, and it's fucking heartbreaking to think about later. Because like I don't know.
No, I want to say too, like all of this is to say too, like Sean Baker.
God damn it, great director now.
Yeah, fucking fantastic. And I've only seen one other of his movies. I don't think haven't seen Tangerine.
This is my only one, and I'm already fucking in love with the dude.
Sean Baker is famous, if you don't know, for making the iPhone movie. Tangerine. It completely shot on an iPhone. Great movie, hilarious, and it's another one of those things where he's tapped into this like weird. What'd you say at the beginning? Like basic or whatever.
Ratchet.
It's like this weird, like sort of ratchety culture. Not to insult all the actresses and stuff, but. Like,
no, they're actresses. They understood.
That's true.
They know how to get into the game, and they belted the shit.
That's
that was
true.
A great.
It's this, it's this like I don't know, sort of like low class. Not that they're low class, like upper middle and lower classes. Like this like squander. This like whether it be like the prostitutes in Tangerine or these. Well, she is a prostitute eventually, but like. He's tapping into this like Americana weird thing. This like
the real world.
Yeah,
it's like it's ain't a fucking American dream where it's like everyone throwing money around and all shit. Like, people suffer. People this is like the bottom, like 1%. Yeah, good for them. We follow them on the fucking movies every now and then, but no, like this is the real 99%.
And
the
I think
bottom percent.
In the theater you said something like, "Oh, the housing crisis."
Yeah, well, the houses they burned down, the condos.
Yeah,
I was like, that's all housing crisis shit. And like that's real world stuff. Like the Florida was a bunch of fucking condos were being sold at bullshit prices, and when the housing crisis happened, if you know what the fuck I'm talking about, please watch The Big Short.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, all that land was just pretty much useless because nobody could afford their houses. All that shit was like mortgages were bullshit back then, so everyone lost their houses, and all that was just empty land and abandoned.
I like too that it's like you can tell that crisis has passed through. It's set today. But what the big thing for me is all those people in that hotel. Doesn't matter what year it was going to be. Mm-hmm. They're always going to be the low class. Like they're sort of stuck like that. It doesn't matter. And the irony of it all is that they're right next to Disneyland, the quote unquote happiest place on earth. Yeah. And all this shit's going on.
Which now we should probably talk about the ending. Going back to Mooney, she really sold this fucking movie, and that last scene.
Yeah. Oh
God.
Well, like I talked about earlier with her range, like they get her to cry in this, and at first I was like, I literally kind of did this in the theater. I was like, this little girl's really crying. She's doing that little. You remember when you were little and you're crying, like bawling.
You're trying to say something. You go,
and you like for whatever you put your like hands in your mouth and like there's just spit on your hand for no reason. Like I don't know if they told her to do that. I don't think they gave her those little fake teardrops. She just fucking belted it out.
Yeah, dude. I don't know how they did that, or that little actress is just that fucking good, because holy shit, she destroyed me. She crippled me, and I was like, I can't handle looking at this little girl cry anymore. Yeah. This is really I started tearing up. I was like, fucking stop. This is really killing me. And it really just all that just crescendo. Like, again, the whole movie was funneling to this one point, and this one point is just the little girl just finally, this whole movie, strong as hell, being rebellious, yelling at fucking people, saying fuck you, like a little girl, just being whittled down to this little crying.
And it's sad because she doesn't understand. Everything we've said about her mom, like she doesn't get it. She doesn't know that like life isn't sort of this happy-go-lucky. You can just tell everyone to fuck off. Like she's so it's sad. It's her having to face reality that she doesn't deserve it right now. She's so little. Yeah. She's so sweet too, even though she's a punk ass. Like
especially when she's staring at her friend Jancy's face, and she's just like, "You're scaring me. What's wrong?"
Yeah.
And it's like, "Fuck, these kids don't understand anything." And it's killing me. It's like going like, as the audience member, you know exactly what's going on. That's why it's just more heart wrenching. Going, we're helpless. What the fuck? What can we do? And it's like, even if we were there, what the hell could we do? We can't do shit. And it's just heart wrenching.
And I want to take it to like. The last, like the end, the very end of the movie.
Yeah.
Ray had a problem with it. We'll get into that.
Well, just to set it up. Okay, so essentially, right after this whole scene, she's crying, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Jancy just grabs her arm. And they run off.
All the sound drops.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, like a really like adventurous, happy-go-lucky song. They run all the way to Disney World. They sneak in, and they just run to the castle, and just cuts the credits.
And disappear into the crowd. Yeah, yeah. And it's weird because. He's just quickly switched up his filmmaking style. It's kind of all handheldy, and not that I necessarily have anything wrong with that, but
fast forwarded pretty much. Fast frame rate.
Yeah, it felt I liked it, but I didn't love it.
I hated it.
Yeah.
I love the ending.
Yeah,
I love the fact that
thematically it's fine.
Because that moment pretty much represents this is their fantasy world. Everything is still bad. The ending is bad. She's still standing there with Jancy. She's crying, and they have no idea what the fuck they're gonna do. And eventually, Willem Dafoe is gonna find where she's at because he's smart. He's gonna go find her, and they're gonna eventually take her away. That moment is supposed to be just childlike fantasy, an imagination running wild, and just this one scene of just two friends just say fuck it, fuck life, and just going to Disney World.
Yeah, we've been living in this like sort of hellhole. Not that they knew it was forever. Let's finally go to Disneyland. They snuck in because they're they're little kids.
Yeah, and so it's all happy looking.
And so yeah, thematically,
I love that ending.
Works. In fact,
It's sad, but it's so just happy go. I liked it.
What we would actually like. The change about it is so minute too.
The way, for me, is the whole sequence pissed me off.
Well, I think
I just didn't like how it was shot. The whole way it was shot, the whole tone shift was too much. It's like someone broke a bottle over my head. I'm like, dude, you could have just handed me the fucking bottle. You didn't have to just throw it over me. Granted, I get it, and it's so obtuse and so in your face that no way in hell you're gonna believe that this is actually happening. These two little girls run away, avoiding the police and everyone, going to Disney World, sneaking in. It's not possible. It's all fantasy. But again, I just love that whole ending. No matter what's the actual idea of it, just the way it's shot is what pisses me off. It's the only thing.
It's weird. You'd think based on the entire movie, what we would actually see is sort of her grabbing her hand and just flipping over and them running through Disneyland and then credits. But it turns into this whole, like I said, the sound drops. It goes handhold. We kind of jump cut to them running. It's not terrible.
Yeah.
He hated it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. It just felt a little rushed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But look, I don't want this minor qualm isn't to give anything negative to the movie.
No, definitely not. Just because I hated the ending, the way it was shot, again, everything about the movie is amazing. Just the ending was just so. Like someone sauteing a freaking pan in front of you, all of a sudden, fucking fire! You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you're right.
And that was it. And I'm like,
it's a little traumatic.
Okay, I get it, but you didn't have to put it right in my face. That's all I'm saying.
But I guess I want to say final thoughts then.
I fucking loved it.
Yeah, I fucking loved it.
It's definitely making the top 10 because every single bit of praise this movie is getting, 100% deserves it.
Oh yeah,
acting is fantastic. The setting is fantastic. The story, the pacing is fantastic. Of course, the shining star in my eyes is Willem Dafoe.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit, I love Willem Dafoe.
But Mooney as well.
Okay.
That little actress kicked ass.
Exactly. She was amazing. Holy shit.
And props to the mother character,
Haley.
Haley.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
For your first.
Okay. Personal choice. I know
we're repeating shit.
Everyone's equal as shit. It's just I prefer Willem Dafoe.
No, yeah.
I just loved how he handled shit and how he was never mean to the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Never. And I just like the fact that he was a very fatherly character then.
Yeah.
He didn't need to be.
No.
He was just like the action, in a weird way, he was like the wizard of that fucking castle.
Right. No, he was.
That's exactly what it was. He treated them, he allowed them to, play around. Not too much fun, them fucking around and stuff, ruining stuff. It's like, kids, stop. When they cut the power, that was like, God damn it.
Punk asses.
Yeah, but still, I don't know.
Yeah, and
I absolutely loved it.
I think maybe it could be the high I'm writing on, but right now this is my favorite of the year so far. I know that's crazy to say. Maybe I'll eat my words in a couple months, but I absolutely loved this movie for me personally, and I think everyone needs to see it.
Yeah, definitely. And watch it. That's not a debate.
I can't wait to see what Sean Baker does next, because this was a perfect movie for me, except for that little tiny. So what? 99% perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's my favorite movie of the year, but definitely going to make the top 10.
Yeah.
That's 100%.
I think it's going to make a lot of people's. At the end of the day, that's what I promise you.
If this doesn't even get a mention in any award season, this is bullshit.
I think it's won something at Cannes.
That's Cannes, though.
So,
because
that's
Cannes,
true.
knows what the fuck they're talking about, though.
Yeah.
Also sometimes. But regardless, yeah. That's pretty much it. I don't know what else to say. I mean, if you guys want to discuss other stuff in the comments, we'd love to hear.
Yeah.
We'd like to respond
talk about themes, character. Exactly. We'd love to, yeah.
Hell yeah. But if you guys agree with my whole theory that she's the daughter or stepdaughter, I don't know. That's just the kind of dynamic I got. But regardless, that's the video. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Any last words?
Love you guys.
All right. I'll see you guys later.